Coordinator, retired Oakland Unified School District. Tonight is really exciting. This is another first. We are in a brand new studio, and this is the very first live broadcast where you can call in from this studio. So we are very proud to bring this to you tonight. And our topic is getting cash for college, because how do you pay for it? We know that it's getting really expensive. March 2nd is the deadline for seniors to turn in their FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Filing online is definitely the best way and almost the only way to apply now. And so if you're interested in the process, stay with us tonight. We're going to tell you how to make it easy, how you can get to workshops, and make sure that you have all the information you need. We have scholarship providers here tonight who are going to tell you about their scholarships and how you students may apply. And you can also call in at 574-4541. And I think those things will be on the screen, hopefully, to show you that. First, I'd like you to meet our guests tonight. Let's start right over here. Jamal? Let's start with you, Jamal. Jamil, I'm sorry.
Yes, how you doing?
Okay, give your name.
All right. My name is Jamil Butler, and I'm here representing East Bay College Fund Scholarship, which is a $16,000 scholarship awarded to Oakland High School seniors.
Okay, Regina.
Hi, I'm Regina Jackson, the President and CEO of the East Oakland Youth Development Center. Our Pathway to College program provides seniors with scholarships, college tours, and we will be having a FAFSA Festival celebration Saturday, February 9th from 12 to 5. Thank you.
Wow, okay. Cecily.
Hi, I'm Cecily Webb. I'm 15 years old and I'm a sophomore, and I attend East Oakland Youth Development Center.
And you are a student at what school?
Oakland High.
All right, excellent. Next we have down here.
Hi, my name is Anna Romero, and I attend Coliseum College Prep Academy. I am a senior in high school.
Hello, my name is Joanna Santillan. I am a freshman at UC Berkeley.
And what high school did you go to?
I went to Coliseum College Prep Academy.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Eric Gico. I'm the Student Relations Manager for East Bay College Fund. And to apply for a scholarship, our deadline is next Friday, February 8th.
Wow, okay, we're timely. Okay, Cynthia.
My name is Cynthia Gonzalez, and I'm the program coordinator with the East Bay Consortium, and I'm also the regional coordinator for Cash for College, which is a statewide program to help students with financial aid.
All right, Mr. Padilla.
Carlos Padilla, counselor, Oakland High School.
Hello, my name is Jamal Collins. I'm the Financial Aid Program Supervisor for Laney College.
Good evening. My name is Gary Nichols. I am the District Director of Financial Aid for Peralta Community College District.
Hello, my name is Ayana George. I'm a senior at Oakland High School.
Hi, my name is Takia Gray, and I'm the mother of Ayana George.
I'm Troy Flint, spokesperson for the Oakland Unified School District.
Hi, my name is Ariana Morales, and I'm the program manager with the East Bay College Access Network. We're a network of 6 different community-based organizations and also include OUSD and also Peralta Community College District. And we are supporting students with financial aid.
This is really exciting, and welcome all of you. And Troy, thank you so much for being here tonight. I would love it if you would just give us an overview of what the district itself is providing. We've got all these external wonderful resources.
Thank you for having me. We're really excited about this event because it aligns really closely with what we're doing here in OUSD. Our goal, which we're still working toward, we have a ways to go, but eventually we want to reach the point where every student graduates prepared for success in college or career, whichever is most appropriate for them. And often a big stumbling block for kids in proceeding on to that next stage, whether it's vocational training, whether it's community college, whether it's a 4-year college or university, is knowing how to navigate the system and getting the funds that they need to get into school. Obviously, shows like this are a critical resource to provide that information. We also have an office in the district, which is called the College and Career Readiness Office. They have a lot of scholarship information, advice about internship and externship and mentorship programs, which can really help kids along the way. So it's a great resource for Oakland Public School students. We want every kid to take advantage.
I'm excited, and I'm so glad that you were able to bring that message to us tonight. One of the things, I know that we don't have as many counselors in the schools as we once did, which was our main pipeline for getting all of our information to students. And I'm wondering, how are you compensating for that?
It's a major transitional period. We did have to downsize the number of counselors because of cutbacks primarily at the state level. And so what we're trying to do is be more economical with our resources. One of the ways we're doing this is through this central office, the College and Career Readiness Office. They're located on the campus of McClymonds High School in West Oakland. You can also find their information on the website. You can get the phone number there. They're very accessible, and they go out and do a lot of events in the public, in the community. So all the college counselors at the school sites have that information. They can connect you. Again, you can get it off the web. So we really encourage you to look into that as a student.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And OUSD has a really cool website now, I believe, that you can get online there and you can find these programs. Is that true right now?
Yeah, absolutely. The URL is ousd.k12.ca.us, but if you just type the Oakland Public Schools or Oakland Unified into Google or whatever your search engine.
All right, thank you so much for being with us, and we hope that you'll stay as long as you can tonight. You know, the East Bay Consortium has really sponsored this show probably actually since the very beginning, and we've been doing this for almost 15 years. And before we begin to get further in the show, I'd like to congratulate and acknowledge the consortium and Executive Director Monica Montenegro, because they were just recently awarded the College Knowledge Challenge Grant from the Gates Foundation for a significant amount of funds for their Step Up to College program with some of our schools. There were only 21 organizations, I understand, in the whole country that were given this amazing opportunity. So congratulations to the consortium. Cynthia, you're representing the consortium tonight, so tell us about the statewide initiative and what the consortium has been doing for our students and all the workshops that you're setting. I know that's a lot to say, but you've got at least that's here with you sometimes. Okay.
So we, as mentioned earlier, we're the regional coordinators for Cash for College, which is a statewide program, and I brought the poster with us that were mailed to all the graduating seniors in Oakland. We have about 6 workshops left still taking place at Castlemont, Fremont, Oakland Tech, Oakland High, the festival at EOYDC, and Matt West High School. So you can also visit calgrants.org and take a look, type in your zip code and see which Cash for College workshop is near your house. At all of the workshops in Oakland, we have a hands-on model, so most of our workshops will offer either an option for a presentation or will not have a presentation, and we will be working primarily in the computer labs to help students and their families complete either the FAFSA application or the California DREAM Act application, as well as provide information on Cal Grants and all other aid programs.
And how many workshops have you given so far?
We're a little bit past our halfway point, so we're probably already had about 30 workshops. We have 53 in the entire East Bay, so we have, you can see all the workshops that happen primarily at high schools, and 5 of them which are at community events at mainly community colleges, 1 at CSU East Bay, and February 9th at EOYDC.
Wow, that's amazing. That's one that I know you've already talked about, and we want you to be there. Now, I think we can mention this throughout the show, as people will tune in probably at different times, but isn't it true that if you've got 25 or more that show up at these workshops?
Thank you, yes. So each workshop, as long as 25 students attend one of the workshops, one student will win a $1,000 scholarship, which we've not had a problem meeting that minimum requirement at all of our workshops. We've had great attendance, and we hope to continue to see that. Even if you've already completed your financial aid applications, you should come get information on scholarships. All of our Oakland workshops have a scholarship area, which we bring hard copies of scholarships, and one student will win a $1,000 scholarship, and we will have an additional opportunity for a $2,000 scholarship if you do FAFSA follow-up with us.
Scholarship equals to what?
Free money.
Free money. Remember that. Free money. So show up. A lot of people I found weren't going to those events because they were thinking that, oh, I've already filled out my form. Well, isn't that interesting? They're also missing out on opportunities to learn about other scholarships and a chance for an additional $1,000. So I went to Oakland High a couple of weeks ago to visit Mr. Padilla and just to ask a couple of kids, how are they going to pay for college? And let's roll that clip right now. So why can't we have that?
Okay, so when I first went to a Catch for College event, I didn't know what to expect. So what you should expect to take, well, some of the stuff that you should expect to take, your identifications, take your tax information. If you can take your parent with you, that is very helpful, so they can help you fill out all the forms. And once you go in, we have different workshops available. So there's different people separated in different rooms. We have, for tax information, or we have a presentation on the FAFSA for English or Spanish. We also have help for undocumented students for AB 540. So we have different workshops, and we have advisors that help you with the FAFSA one-on-one. So.
And right now we're really trying to promote, getting the FAFSA application done and sent on site. And with that we have computers that are there. If you've done it on the paper, or we could transfer that onto a computer, create an account on spot, get your PIN number. Or if you have your PIN number already, that's very useful, because then you could use it to submit. You need one, and your parents need one. That's sort of your signature to sign the application. And that's what we're promoting. On site, you complete the application and you send it off, and you submit it, so you don't have to worry about it again. Unless you need to update some information, like I did, but.
I mean, and if you need that one-on-one, like you absolutely do not know what you're doing, or you just don't know what number to put in from the W-2 or something like that, or you don't even know what a W-2 is, we'll sit down with you. I remember sitting down with a parent last year for about 30 minutes filling out the FAFSA, and when we were done, she jumped up and screamed because she was finally done with it. And it was, because she kept raising her hand every 5 seconds, so I just actually just pulled up a chair right next to her and just sat down and did it with her.
Well, that was not the clip with Mr. Padilla. However, that was very relevant to what we were just talking about. So would you just kind of go over that again for us? What is it we really need to bring to these workshops?
So in order to have a successful workshop for yours to come and bring any tax information you have, a very common question we get is that we haven't filed our current tax returns. So for example, for this year, you would need your 2012 tax returns. If you bring your prior years, your W-2s, your tax, your earned income statement, anything will help that we can at least estimate and help you fill out the application, and we can show you where to refer back to put the correct information when you get home. So any tax information, making sure you've double-checked your Social Security card before you leave home is crucial. We want to make sure that your name and social are correct at all times on your FAFSA, and on the California Dream application, we just want to make sure that your name is correct as it is with all your records.
Okay, well, I'd like to ask, before I go back to that other clip, is to ask a couple of our high school students, maybe like Joanna, what kind of help have you needed so far?
The kind of help I'm getting right now is the Dream Act application and scholarships, and luckily I've been covered everything.
Okay, and so how are your parents doing?
My dad actually is very unstable with his job, so I guess that's why I really got really good help with.
Are you able to bring them in to help do the part that they need to do?
Yeah, they're very supporting about my process in college right now.
Okay, that's really exciting. What high school are you at?
I'm actually in college.
Oh, you're in college right now. That's right. Okay. So that's the next step. So Anna,
Yeah.
so what kind of help have you needed?
Well, I already submitted my FAFSA, but I'm going to do a follow-up. And when I went, I had both of my parents just because I didn't want to just take, like, the taxes and everything because I knew I would be like, I don't understand. And for me, it's better to have, like, my dad, since he's the only one that works. It's better to have him there so he could explain, like, the type, I don't know, and estimate better than I can. So,
So
my
this is
parents,
serious. Bring your parents to
yeah,
those
like I
workshops.
say, your parents should go, even if they like the kids are like, no, no, like your parents should go because my parents helped me a lot, and they're very supportive as well.
Okay, Ada. She's not here yet. Ayana, what kind of help have you needed? Now, I'm going to ask you that on the clip, and we're going to see you in a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the help I kind of needed was figuring out what exactly I need to do for filling out the scholarships. Like, I know there's the essay portion and, like, the application, but there are certain things that I didn't really fully understand, so I got help with that through, like, a lot of after-school program help, like eBasy. Actually filling out FAFSA, I have my mom. She helped me fill it out. We're still filling it out together. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Anybody else want to comment on that? What kind of help do you think you're going to need, Cecily?
I think I might need help with everything because like I'm still a sophomore and I've just been exposed to FAFSA, so I'm really happy that there's a program that can help me get into college and stuff. So I'm really excited to try to, join and do FAFSA.
So I'm hoping tonight's going to change your life because this is really, 10th grade is really what you really got to get started on that. You've really got to get started on just understanding who you are and writing the essays and learning those kinds of things that make you unique and interesting, and you find that out more about yourself. There's a lot of ways to get good help on that. So, okay, let's go back to seeing what I saw at Oakland High when I visited Mr. Padilla, and we'll see Ayana on the clip. All right, let's roll that clip now.
Hi, my name is Calvin Thatch. I am from Oakland High, and I am a senior, a 12th grader, and I will be applying for college.
So, Calvin, how are you going to pay for college?
I will pay for college by asking my counselor, Mr. Padilla. He will recommend me many options that I can use, like financial aid or scholarships.
Carlos Padilla, counselor at Oakland High School.
Hi, Ms. Padilla. Tell me, what are some of the biggest problems you see facing your seniors right now?
The biggest problems would be that some of them think they've graduated, so they don't follow through and complete the courses that they signed up for. The other problem would be from a financial standpoint, make sure that they do their FAFSA form completely and accurately. So they need to get information from their parents in terms of what the income was for last year, either through the 1040 form or the public statements that they get in terms of income. I would say those would be the biggest concerns for the seniors, and also making decisions on, what type of school do they actually want to go to. Most of them have already applied, so now it's just following up with the FAFSA, but also following through with any private scholarships that they can get.
So, what kind of support are you providing at Oakland High?
We do classroom visitations, presentations. We have people who come in and talk to them. We have the Educational Guidance Center is here. We have 3 different upper bound programs that work with, within students also. And there are other organizations who work with our students.
2008, and I graduated from UC Davis in 2012. I'm here to present to you about a scholarship program, East Bay College Fund. How many of you guys have heard about this program? Heard about it?
I've heard about it.
Okay.
My counselors have told me about it, but I just.
Okay. But that's one thing that we do is the money part, where we fund you guys to go to college. And then the second part is we provide personal mentors that will be basically there for you since day one. When you get to college, these are people who've gone through this process. They know what they're talking about. If, for instance, you want to be a lawyer, we match you up with somebody who is another lawyer. And basically they sort of guide you step by step.
Hi, my name is Ayana George and I attend Oakland High. school. I don't know how I'm going to pay for college, but what's going to help me, I hope, is scholarships, grants, and financial aid that I can acquire from whichever school I choose to attend.
Now, you just heard about a scholarship today.
I did.
Was that the first time you'd heard about it?
No, it's not the first time I've heard about it, but this was the first time that it was in extensive detail to where I know what I have to do to actually get these scholarships. So, yeah, I'm really thankful for that presentation.
I want to become an ER specialist, so I'm working on trying to get a bachelor's and go to grad school, so it's going to be a lot of money.
It's going to be fun. Well, how are you going to pay for college?
Some help with financial aid and signing up for a lot of scholarships and hopefully getting some scholarships.
Now, what have you done already?
I started on essays. I have a FastWeb account, a CapEx account, and just different places where I can sign up for scholarships. My boss at California Justice, she helps me sign up for all my colleges, and she's helping me hash things out and try to figure out what I want to do for what I want to do in college and whatnot.
Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm a senior at Oakland High. And
so tell me, have you applied for college already?
yes, I applied at Fresno State and UC Davis.
So what kind of problems do you want to solve?
I really don't know, but I want to help people. That's my main goal.
Okay, so and what else are you doing to see that you're going to have enough money for college?
I'm working part-time in San Francisco.
What are you doing?
I work at the Asian Art Museum.
I found this young woman, we cut off part of the clip, but she was working like 20, 30 hours a week on the weekends. She's really was amazing. A lot of our kids are doing so much. Parents, people who are watching it tonight have no idea how much work that a lot of times our students are doing. And that's why it's so important for us to support them in all of their endeavors and provide employment where we can, because they really are trying to save themselves for college. Well, that was kind of fun, wasn't it, Mr. Padilla? That was kind of a surprise, and it was wonderful that I was able, I was able to see the East Bay College Fun in Action. That was Bella that just happened to be going to a class to make a presentation, and you're going to find out more about the East Bay College Fun in a minute. So I'm wondering, now I think one of the hardest things sometimes has got to be for the parents. And Takia, I was so excited that you were willing to come tonight and just tell us a little bit what are your biggest fears and worries as a parent?
Primarily just the financial aspect of it. Being a single mother of 4 children and working 2 jobs, just trying to figure out a way that she can get the scholarships that she needs and the support that she needs to be successful.
Okay, well, I know we've got your other children are sitting out there in the audience are watching and waving to them. Hi. And so they're going to learn a lot tonight, and they'll be all ready and saving right now. Are you saving for college? Okay, so do call in tonight with your questions at, I think it's on the screen, 874-4541 if you'd like to. So, okay, so we've got another clip. Now, the scholarship providers are here tonight. We're going to get right to them. But there are 5 easy tips, another video that I'd like for you to see, and then we'll spend the rest of the show after these videos talking about the scholarships. Cynthia, tell us what to look for.
The next clip will just give you some tips on how to further apply for financial aid, and again, encouraging you to come to a Cash for College workshop to get that help.
And anything else that we should know? Parents, what is the PIN number? Tell us, what is that?
The PIN, a student will need a PIN, which is an electronic signature to apply, to sign your FAFSA and the California DREAM Act. So the student needs one and only one parent if you are filing a FAFSA or DREAM Act with parent information. If not, only the student will need it, and it will stay with you for the rest of your life. So make sure you write it down and you answer a challenge question that you know you will remember.
So now, does your parent have a separate one?
Yes, so the students apply for a PIN and then the parents apply for a separate one.
Because some people might get a lot of worried. Can they do this at public
You
libraries?
can do it anywhere. It's safe. It's a federal application. It is a safe website. And also, if you have a child that's already gone to college, most likely, if you didn't know you had a PIN, they may have applied for one for you, which we see happens all the time. So if you have older children in college, make sure you ask them if they have applied for a PIN for you already.
So if there already is one, how do they fix that if you apply again?
It's very easy to retrieve. You can do it directly from the FAFSA website, or you can go to pin.ed.gov, and you would have to answer the security questions. So again, if there was an older child that had a PIN, we want to ask them how they responded to that security question.
Okay, anything else we need to know before we watch this clip? All right, let's roll it.
A college degree has never been more important than it is today. And thanks to unprecedented new resources as a country, we now have over $100 billion in grants and loans available to make your dream of graduating from college a reality. To get access to that money, you have to fill out the FAFSA form. We've made it easier. You can do it online. That is the first step. So please fill the form out, go online, and pursue your dreams.
Thinking of college? Here are 5 easy tips to score student aid from the U.S. Department of Education using FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. It's easy, it's convenient. Tip number 1, start searching soon. Never too early to consider where you might want to go and what it takes to get there. Keep in mind that applying to different schools takes time. For free help, check out the College Navigator at nces.ed.gov/college navigator. A big part is figuring how to afford college. It's serious stuff. So when researching schools of interest, visit their financial aid office website and ask what financial aid is available at each school. A lot of that is federal aid. Or just give them a call to inquire about federal aid, student grants, work study, loans and scholarships available locally. Check with the school. Your completed FAFSA application is so inclusive. It's often the only major financial information you need to supply. FAFSA, did we mention it's free? Tip number 2, pin down a PIN. The easy, direct way to file your FAFSA application is online. For that, and when you later need to update, you need a PIN to secure your information and allow access when you need it. This PIN is a personal ID number, just like any familiar online password, but this one's exclusively for your FAFSA access. For more information about FAFSA PINs, log on to www.studentaid.ed.gov. Tip number 3, dig up the docs. Once you're focused on a school, collect the documentation needed to apply. For example, on the financial side, that includes income tax returns and W-2 forms. There's a full list of documents at www.fafsa.ed.gov. Tax return not completed when you apply? Maybe you filed an extension? Just estimate the information, apply, and update FAFSA later. Tip number 4, fill out your FAFSA. Most FAFSA apps are submitted online. Questions about filling out your FAFSA? Call the Department of Education at 1-800-4-FED-AID. Make sure your app includes all schools you want to receive your FAFSA. Just locate the school's identifying numbers and add them to your app. Easy. Tip number 5, update your app. You'll receive a student aid report after submitting your FAFSA. It's your chance to review, update estimates, change anything else that needs changing for accuracy. Then reply pronto. Sooner you do, the faster your aid results will be known, and you and your family can get on with the next big thing, college. Good luck.
Getting financial aid for college starts with completing the FAFSA form. It's easy, it's fast, it's online. Please just get it done.
Well, as discouraging as it can seem sometimes, some of this is a little encouraging. There is money there for us. There really is help. And I'm so excited about the DREAM Act. Finally, this is happening. Tell us about it.
So I'm just as excited as Marilyn to finally be able to talk about the DREAM Act. We mentioned it last year. There's two laws in California, so not to be confused with the federal DREAM Act. There's the California DREAM Act, which grants students who are undocumented access to financial aid in state funds. So as of January 1st, all state financial aid programs are now open, such as the Board of Governors fee waiver, the Cal grants, any CSU or UC grants that they may offer, as well as the Chafee grant. So students have to apply for a California DREAM Act. The website is caldreamact.org, or you can simply do a search for a California DREAM application. It's also due on March 2nd for priority access, especially for the Cal grant. And January 1st of 2012, the first part of the DREAM Act, which was AB 130, allowed students to apply for private institutional aid, which all public institutions were offering grants and scholarships to their students as well.
Well, that's really amazing. And I know we're going to hear a little bit later from the Peralta people, and I'm excited about that. So, Carlos, you had one other point that you wanted to make.
Well, I just think it's very important that students, you really need to plan. So it's planning on who's going to write a letter of recommendation for you, having a brag sheet or a resume prepared so you can give that person. Because as a counselor, I know certain things about students, but I don't know the family background. I mean, probably don't know the family background, how many people are in their family. And with the recession that, we're still coming out of, a lot of parents lost jobs. So those are things that we need to know if there's an older brother or sister. That helps out. But the other thing I really want to emphasize is that you have to meet the deadline and you have to apply. If you don't apply, you're not going to get it. If you apply, you have a chance. But you have to also understand, read the directions and see if it's postmarked or has to be in their offices. It's very, very important. Last year, a couple years ago, last year, we had a young lady who had her application for a local scholarship for the Kiwanis. She sent it through certified mail. It never got there, and on the application it says do not send through certified mail. So it's right there. So read, and understand what you're reading.
Wow. So somebody else got that scholarship, didn't they? Ariana, I'd like to come to you right now and have us tell us about your program and Marcus Foster as well.
Sure, yeah. So let me just say that the East Bay College Access Network, I mentioned that we're a network of 6 organizations plus OUSD and Peralta Community College District, but our organizations also include the East Bay Consortium that's here tonight, EOYDC that's also here tonight, the Marcus Foster Education Fund, EBASI that was mentioned that's at Oakland High, Alternatives in Action, as well as Centro Legal de la Raza, sorry. And so one of the things that we have, some of our organizations have really great scholarships for students, and one of them is Marcus Foster. The Marcus Foster Scholarship is available now online at www.marcusfoster.org. It's Marcus with a C. And so that's a really great opportunity there. The East Bay Consortium and also Marcus Foster website both have a list of really great scholarships for students. But I just want to emphasize one thing that Carlos was mentioning, and also that was mentioned on the clip about Arnie Duncan, that to maximize your student aid, you really need to make sure that you not only have your FAFSA or your DREAM App application filed by March 2nd deadline, but also that all of your information is correct. One of the most common mistakes that people see is that their name is actually written not as it is on their Social Security card. And one of the things that the East Bay College Access Network that we supported the district in being able to do this year and last year was to get every single student in OUSD's district to have their GPA uploaded for the Cal grant. And so every single student had the eligibility as long as they fill out their FAFSA or DREAM application this year. So when those things match, that's a match for students, and then they're qualified for the Cal grant. One thing that we're also doing is we're awarding students incentives for the students at McClymonds Fremont, Oakland High, and also Castlemont High incentives for all the students that match their FAFSA to that Cal Grant info. So there's going to be some really great prizes for all of those students that get that match.
Wow, that makes such a difference. I mean, that is really, really harsh. And I know I saw Carlos nodding. That really helps because getting that GPA information there. The other thing, people put their nicknames, they have different names. That's one of the things I had to work so hard. I was at McClymonds for 10 years, and so I know about all of these things firsthand. And getting those names correct and in line with your Social Security, you will just save so much trouble. So that's, and you've got to be clear about which name it is you're going to use the rest of your life and make sure all those records match. Gary, let's come to you. Let's find out what's happening at the community college. What do they need and what are the problems you're seeing?
What's happening at the community college level now is we're just started the spring semester, and because of the passing of Prop 30, we were able to offer more classes for our students. So there's classes still available for all of our 4 campuses that you can go. Parents, if you're out there wanting to attend college, it's still time for you to go out there and enroll in classes. Also, it's not too late for you to fill out the FAFSA and receive money as well there. Some of the common mistakes that we see when students come to the financial aid office is they didn't do their name. That's the number one thing, is their name was incorrect on the FAFSA and it didn't match correctly with the Social Security Administration. So you want to make sure you match that Social Security number exactly. Also, parents' information, who to select as a parent, which parent do you use on the FAFSA. It's very important. If your parents are married, both parents' information is required. If you live in a separate household from your parent, you put the one that you live with that provides most of the financial support. So it's very important. You go ahead, look and seek out. We have our financial aid offices on campus. If you're a high school student and have questions, you're more than welcome to come to our campuses and ask questions about the FAFSA so you can learn more about it as well. We're talking about FAFSA and we're talking about money that's out there, but what does that actually mean? To give you some tangible amounts out there, one of the most important ones is students and parents think, well, I can't afford to have a seat in the classroom. What does that mean? That's the first battle. I want to go to college, but how am I going to afford to even sit in that class? Well, there's a California Board of Governors fee waiver for going to community college. And what that does, there's a $46 enrollment fee. If you qualify, that $46 enrollment fee per unit is waived. So half the battle right there of getting in the classroom is taken care of with just that Board of Governors fee waiver. Then, if you apply by March 2nd, high school seniors, and just to give you an example, if you have a household of 4, your household of 4, and your parents' income's under $43,000 and you have a 2.0 GPA, you're going to qualify for $1,400 just with that one particular grant. That's on top of the Board of Governors fee waiver. That's also included now if you are an AB 540 student. That applies to you as well, that you are entitled to that money if you apply by March 2nd by doing the FAFSA by that March 2nd deadline. OSUD, it's already taken care of. That GPA is already up there. So if you've done half the battle, now do the FAFSA.
Thank you for that. That is amazing. Cynthia, what are you seeing for the consortium? What kind of issues are coming up mostly and the errors that students are making?
The same that have been mentioned. I mean, the number one, and I always get students that laugh when I say that the most common mistake is name and social, and they don't believe it because who doesn't know what their name is? But you may be registered at your school by a different name than what you had on your social security number. You may have a different last name. It may be hyphenated. Maybe a student, I've had students that didn't know that one of their last name was their middle names. So really name and social is crucial. Another very common mistake that we see on the FAFSA, and it would make more sense when you see it and the DREAM Act when you're in front of it, is very often families report income and income tax as the same number, and it's not. So there's your adjusted gross income is what you earn, and then income tax paid is a very different number of an amount that's paid to the government. So that's a very common mistake we see also, and just not following up, not making corrections, not creating a web grants account and checking on your Cal grants. So just reading the instructions that are given on the FAFSA and the DREAM Act, it tells you exactly where to find that information on your taxes. So you don't have to magically find the number. It's all there for you, but we just don't read sometimes. Then that's probably the biggest mistake that we make.
I'm very guilty. And Jamal, let's ask what your experience is. Now you're in a new role, and you're getting right involved in it. Tell me what's going on at Laney.
Okay, well, we do see some students actually making some mistakes. I actually do a lot of reviewing of FAFSA applications once they've been submitted to the federal processor. And one of the biggest mistakes I've been seeing lately is students applying for the wrong award year. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of both award years, so you can apply for the current year, which is 2012, 2013, or you can apply for the new year, which starts in the fall or after July 1st for 2013, 2014. So that's been a common mistake. We've seen students who are looking to come to school in the spring, but they've completed an application for the fall of 2013. So be cognizant of which application you need to complete. Also, another challenge, there's been some changes to the regulations in regards to financial aid eligibility. For students who haven't completed their high school diploma or GED and have never attended college prior to July 1st, they will have to get a GED or a high school diploma in order to be eligible for financial aid.
That's something I hadn't heard of. Yes. So say that quickly again.
For students who have never attended college prior to July 1st of 2012, in order to be eligible for financial aid, they must have a high school diploma or GED.
Okay, now you can still go on to Laney and take classes if you didn't finish high school, but you're not going to be eligible for financial aid until you get a GED or that diploma.
That's correct.
If you can. It's important, makes a big difference. At least it'll save you a lot of money. Let's see now, our college advisor is Ada Chan, you've joined us, right? And I'm so glad. And weren't you on our Cash for College workshop when we were over in the boardroom?
Yeah, I was.
You were. That was 2 years ago. So you're 2 years into college. You were a senior then. So tell us what's been going on for you and how financial aid has helped you, what you've learned, and any tips you might have.
Definitely financial aid has helped me a lot. I don't have to take out any loans. I don't have to work, but I choose to work because I love the things that I do with the East Bay Consortium. But it's been really good. I have a lot of friends who stress over they have to do like different jobs on campus. They have to work like 2 jobs just to pay off loans, just to get enough money for rent. And I'm really grateful that I don't have to take out loans or anything. In terms of tips, I would just say apply for as many scholarships as you can. It's never too late. As a senior, I probably started around this time. I just looked up whatever scholarship that I was qualified for, and I just applied for it. And it's not always a hassle to apply for a new scholarship because most of the time you can recycle essays and you can recycle letter of recommendations. So it's not a hard process. It's just a long one, but it's not hard.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Carlos, tell us about the scholarships that you're experiencing available for our students right now.
Well, there's a lot. In Oakland, public school students have access to a lot of scholarships. Unfortunately, tomorrow's the deadline for the PG&E scholarship, but they have different categories under which you can apply for, and it's pgne.com or /scholarships. One that I just got today is the SPLON scholarship. It's students who have a 2.6 GPA, who want seniors. If you have a job, whether it's paid or unpaid, are some of the criterias. Kiwanis Club, they're a big supporter of the Oakland Public Schools. In fact, I think Ada might have gone to Kiwanis, if I remember correctly. But she was one of those highly motivated students her senior year, as she said. She wanted anything that she was eligible for, she applied for. And that's what you have to do, because we forget that how expensive even the public universities are. And each year it's like the fees keep on going up. And even with Prop 30 passing, remember that I believe it was the CSUs still wanted to increase the fees, except for the uproar that came from the public that, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. But anyway, there's the Black professionals from AT&T. They have a scholarship out. So there are scholarships based on your gender. There's ethnicity. There's a lot of things. What you need to do is find out the person at your school who is responsible for disseminating the information about scholarships. Go talk to them. I tell my students come by every week or every 2 weeks just to see what else is new. At Oakland High School, Calvin is one of the students, but there's another young lady, and I give them information. They created an Oakland High Facebook scholarship page, so they put it there also. You know, and then I have a little box. I give out some of the scholarships to other counselors or teachers. So there is a lot, but again, you have to apply in order to have the opportunity. You know, Trenza is one that just came out. It's for Latina seniors. There's one that somebody emailed to me. If you want to be a doctor, you have to be in the top 20% of your graduating class. I mean, there is a lot.
Check often with your counselor, go to those offices. You have to keep going back because, like Mr. Padilla said, all these things are coming like every day there's new ones in. So if Ada just happens to go by the office, what came in today, guess who's going to get the information? I mean, it works that way. So Cecily, when I said to you earlier, I said, did you know who your counselor is? You weren't sure yet. So these are the things to try to find out. Be proactive. Now, we haven't had the phone ringing off the hook tonight. I hope people are watching and somebody's going to call in before the show is over tonight. But Regina, I'd like to come to you right now. Let's hear about what EOYDC is doing.
Okay, well, the East Oakland Youth Development Center has a dedicated program called Pathway to College, and every single Thursday of the year is dedicated to seniors. So seniors, if you're out there, we have support for you. We have academic coaches, Pathway to College coordinators. We can help with the scholarships, the financial aid. We have our own home scholarships, and we have college tours coming up. So it's an extraordinary time. We're doing cooking classes, financial literacy classes, lifestyle classes, you name it, we've got it. So come on down. And just as an aside, as a parent, attention to detail is extremely important in the FAFSA. In addition, parents, you got to get your taxes filed. It's a absolutely critical piece to the FAFSA, and the worst thing you can do is to not make sure that your young people can qualify, because there's all kind of support for them. You've heard about it. It's really out there, and they need it. College is too expensive and too important to their lives to pass on.
Use last year's tax information right now, isn't that correct?
Yes, and then you can update it. But, you know, for those folks who have not been getting the taxes together, there are a lot of free tax preparation entities. I know we have one coming to EOYDC in the next week. Again, you can come to the FAFSA Festival at EOYDC Saturday, February 9th from 12 to 5. 5 hours all day, any school. You can come on down and get support from us. We're glad to help you.
Well, this is really, really exciting. And I know the scholarships that you gave away last year were phenomenal. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that briefly?
Sure enough, we gave out 49 scholarships. It was over $67,000 worth of support. We will follow our young people to and through college into post-secondary, PhD, law school. Again, it's about your investment in getting the support and the resources and being part of a national brotherhood network across the country. That's what we offer you at the East Oakland Youth Development Center.
I love it. Okay, Eric, let's go to here. Let's hear about the East Bay College Fund, which has been with us since I think 2003, 2002, something like that now.
Our first class was in 2003. That was over 10 years ago now. And so, yes, over the past 10 years, East Bay College Fund has been awarding resilient public school students from Oakland with a $16,000 scholarship and a lot more. It's not just the scholarship money, but just as important as that is the college success program that we offer. Each student is paired up with a personal mentor that helps them with professional development and emotional support to get through college, because that's very important. The scholars get to participate in 2 full-day retreats where we teach them about different skills that are helpful for them throughout their professional development and in their personal development and lives. They also get financial aid, help with scholarships, and also college advising as well too. So it's a pretty comprehensive program. Do apply. Our deadline is next Friday February 8th at 11:59 p.m. So you apply online at eastbaycollegefund.org. That's www.eastbaycollegefund.org. Make sure to apply, get your teachers and counselors and all your people who are going to write your letter of recommendation on board so that they can be ready to help you out with that too. And so
Exciting thing I think about it is the mentorship part. I mean, the money is phenomenal, but somebody there to help you all the way, because it's discouraging sometimes, and you need sometimes somebody to call in the middle of the night and talk to. Well, I hope not the middle of the night. Jamil, tell us what your experience is. Now, you were on last year for the East Bay College Fund. Tell us about it.
Yes, I was an East Bay College Fund scholar in 2004 from Oakland Technical High School, and now I'm a college advocate working with East Bay College Fund at Castlemont High School as a full-time college advisor, and I get the opportunity to work with young men and young women similar to myself and like other folks here who are trying to go to college and come back to Oakland and help out the community doing what we know how to do best as far as going to college and becoming success out of college.
Something, I mean, was it different from what you thought, or what are you telling the kids now that you wish you had heard?
That's a good question. I'm just telling the kid, like so many folks have reiterated here today, is be mindful of the deadlines. They are very important, and get your parents involved and continue to be resilient, and don't take anything for granted as far as all the deadlines and as far as the different scholarships out there. Try to apply for as much as possible to put yourself in a position to be competitive, especially like Eric said, for East Bay College Fund. We have a great program that helps students continue to be resilient in college, mentoring and the financial aspect of it, as well as college advising and professional development skills. That's very important.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I know you're meeting some fantastic kids out there at Castlemont, and we'll be hoping getting a lot of applications from that school. I bet you we'll see more from Castlemont than some of the other schools just because you're there. Let's ask the East Bay Consortium. I'd like to hear about your scholarship opportunities.
We've been able, I believe we're in our 6th year of offering scholarships through the College Access Foundation. Our scholarship is also renewable. The amounts vary from $500 to $5,000 depending on the student's financial need. It's open to Oakland Unified School District and Richmond High School students, especially students that we have worked with. So if you're part of our Pre-Collegiate Academy program, or we have a college and career center at your high schools, you're eligible to apply. Again, it is renewable, and we've offered, oh gosh, I forget how much money, but if we're hoping to receive over $300,000 this year again to award to scholarships to graduating seniors.
So it's significant. All right, let's see, any other quick comments before we move into the to some other areas? Any calls? No calls. Let's get those calls coming. I know you have questions or comments you'd like to make. You know, one of the things, I don't know, maybe whether we ought to think about it, that's often been a worry, is how do you manage your money once you get into college? All right, hey, speak up. Anybody want to comment on how do you manage? Let me just. You're ready, and I want to just say, I've heard our President Obama say several times now, know what you owe. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. People are doing really weird things to try to trick you into applying for lots of credit cards and this and that. And I mean, I saw one of my students that I'd helped greatly getting a lot of money to go to college. Next thing I found out, she spent $3,000 on DVDs. Now you better believe I was upset. So, okay, so how do you manage your money?
Well, I think that's a challenge for most students. Once they get this money from the federal government or scholarships or however they're getting funds, how do they actually use those funds? A lot of times I would actually recommend, and I've done this for students at my schools, go into your financial aid administrator and talk to them about how to actually utilize those funds, because you don't want to just go out and splurge because you have this money on a new wardrobe. You want to make sure that you have those funds to pay for your books and pay for your tuition if you need to, or transportation back and forth to school, and your living expenses as well. So you definitely want to be mindful of how you're spending the funds that you're receiving and any other money that you may have, because you don't want to get yourself in a lurch down the road.
Okay, that's good advice. Now, I did hear we have a call. Caller? Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, what is your question or comment?
Yes, no, I was wondering when are the next Cash for College workshops in Oakland?
Oh, next step for college workshop. When is that coming up?
We have a workshop coming up on Tuesday at Crestmont High School, February 5th, February 6th at Oakland Tech, February 7th at Oakland High, February 9th at Oakland Youth Development Center, and February 12th at Fremont High School and Atlas High School. And if you don't live in Oakland, we have workshops across the Bay Area happening from now until February 28th.
All right, any other comments?
No, thank you. That's a nice show.
All right. Hey, glad you're there. Thanks for calling in. You know, I was at visit my doctor Kaiser a couple of days ago and just talking about the show and loans, and she says she still has $200,000 in loans outstanding. It's a lot of stress out there and a lot of things and that young families are trying to do, and you may think just because it's your doctor that they're really rich, or they may be struggling a lot. And so we want to avoid getting a lot of loans, right? And you want to be really careful about who you get a loan from. So I think this is what the president was talking about. Know what you owe. So any comments about this, Regina?
I'd like to say that as a parent and certainly as a service provider, that understanding and creating a budget is extremely important. You only need to talk to a student in college to know that books are $300 these days. Rent, food, all of those things go into what it costs to keep you going. So you need to create a budget and then try as closely as possible to align yourself to that budget. Don't do all the excesses. In the first year, you really need to play it close to the vest because the first year is the year that you'll have the most opportunities for scholarships. But if you handle your grades right, you'll be able to compete for more. Budget, budget, budget.
What about buying food and stuff like that? Jamal, what was that like for you?
Buying food is mostly top ramen and basically learning how to cook. I had to learn how to cook so that, going to buy groceries instead of going to buy fast food. I know the easy option, where you have your own money in your pocket, you're away from home. You say, now I can go to Wendy's and McDonald's and other things like that, which is really unhealthy. The most financial, the best choice financially to do is to learn how to cook and just buy groceries and make things at home and make you a big pot of spaghetti that you can have for the week, and budget, like that, as I'm sure a lot of people here would attest to.
Problem. I remember one of my students, we sent down to Santa Cruz, and he didn't understand why he had no money, and he was just buying Twinkies and potato chips and stuff like that. And the seniors were eating steaks. Well, they had learned something. So, any other quick comment before we come up with a last word? Yeah. Carlos.
The budgeting yourself is very important. You have to understand that you don't have this bottomless pit of money. The good thing is that some of the money that you will receive if you get a Cal Grant goes directly to your school. But it's very important that when you get your financial aid packet, you take a look at it and you decide if you want to go to that university. As an example, a couple of years ago, we had a young lady who was accepted to a state university. In her financial aid packet was a $10,000 loan. And you have to remember, loans are part of financial aid. And she decided that, what if I go to a community college? I said, that's a great idea. It's going to save you a lot of money. And you can transfer to back to the state university, or you can go somewhere else. It's your decision.
Okay.
When you're in college and you get a refund check, then it looks really nice in your bank account. It's also important to save because even though you may have that money then, and you should definitely save up because grad school is really expensive, medical school, whatever you want to pursue after your undergraduate career, that it's really expensive and you should be saving up. And I had to learn that the hard way, but I'm in the process of learning how to save, and it's just a matter of learning where to put your money and how to spend it wisely.
Okay, well, this has been so much fun tonight. The show has gone so fast. I hope you've gotten information. We're in our brand new studio. This is exciting. Is there anybody who'd like a quick last word? Sure. Carlos?
The main thing I want to encourage all of you to do, regardless of what grade level you are in, is to read. Read to help educate yourself. Don't be afraid to write essays. And if you read, you're going to improve your language skills. It'll make writing the essays a lot easier.
See you next time.